Hello, class. My name is Naomi Gatchell, and today I'm going to be discussing my cultural artifact. I chose food to be my cultural artifact. So you may think that's silly or funny, but I chose this because it is something that had a great significance on my family and myself. So this food can be homemade and from scratch, or it can be a box from Walmart. As long as there's love that's put in it, I'm all for some food. So the reason that I chose this is that there's just something special about being around the table with the people that you love and just digging into some food and conversating. I'm just all for it. And so some of my best memories are going to my great grandmother's house, and it was Wednesday nights and Sundays after church. We would always go over there and we would eat and we would just have the best time together. So that is the reason that I chose food. So some concerns that we may have is probably how unhealthy this food may have been. There was an amount of Crisco that was used that was probably not necessary, but hey, at least it tastes real nice. And so another thing that was a concern is how my great grandmother she passed away, and so some of the traditions kind of died down. But luckily, she wrote all of her recipes in a cookbook, so luckily those didn't go away. So now we know what to cook and how to cook it. And lastly, how technology has been a concern because whenever you're at the table eating, all you see is people going like this on their phone. So that's a concern because you're not really spending quality time because you're just sitting on your phone and you're very distracted. So, some of the text that I'm going to use to back up that food is my cultural artifact is for one, the Holy Bible. Um, Before we would eat on Sundays, we would go to church, and so my nanny would approve of this. So Acts 2, verse 46 says, they broke bread and ate together with glad hearts, praising God. So the first part, they broke bread and ate together. That is something that we did all the time. There was always food on the table, there was always biscuits, and there was always cornbreads. And so how they broke bread with glad hearts and praising God. Whenever we would eat, we would always, just talk about our highs and lows of the week and giving it all to God. And we would always pray before we would eat. So that's why I chose the Bible. So secondly, I brought my grandmother to introduce the cookbook.
Nellie's favorite dish was macaroni and cheese. I would make it most of the time, but Mama put it in a cookbook because sometimes I couldn't remember, even though I cooked it every week. And they would call me every Sunday, "You cooking today?" "Yeah, I'm cooking." I did so for many, many years. And my mama, she cooked, and her last Sunday that she was alive, she was 93. The last Sunday that she was alive, she cooked for 20 people, and everybody enjoyed it. Then I took over, and I can't say that I really did as well as she, but they all enjoyed it. In fact, when Naomi would come to visit on Sunday to eat, she would bring a couple of her friends, and they enjoyed it. So we really had a good time with food. And another thing that I would like to say about that is everybody in the neighborhood would come to Mom's house because it didn't matter if it was Sunday or not. She would have something on the stove for the people to eat. That was really her mission, is to feed people. She fed me very well.
And my last piece of text is a blog, and I can't share it since I'm filming this, but it is called More Than a Meal, and it's by Angela Lamont, and it basically just goes into detail about the importance of eating at the table and honestly gives the benefits of eating around the table that aren't just nutritious benefits, but things that can last a lifetime and things that go into your adulthood of the benefits of eating at the table, spending time with family, and just enjoying quality time. So, I'm going to wrap this thing up and just saying how much food has impacted my family. As you can see, my grandmother is also impacted by this, so this was a good choice. And I just hope one day that I can carry on this tradition into my family that I start one day. Thank you for watching.